Welcome back to Swiping Left. I'm Suzanne Linfante. It's a podcast where we talk about crazy dating stories. And today's guest is Marklyn, Mr. Direct Johnson. He's a fellow comedian and twice published. What books did you publish, Marklyn?
The first book I published, you guys can see here. It was called Lessons from a Shit Talker. That's what they always call comics when they're younger, and they're not comics, and they're just talking smack. So they say, oh, he's just talking sugar, honey, and iced tea. And I said, oh, you can learn a lot from a person that talks sugar, honey, and iced tea. So it's a quick book. It's actually a 4.5 star on Amazon.
Cool.
The one person that rated it didn't bring me into every emotional level. I'm like, that's not what a book is supposed to do, but whatever. Okay. And then the second book is Facebook Conversations, the good, the funny, the ugly. That is about conversations that I've had on Facebook. So that's what I do. I've been doing comedy for about 6 years off and on. And
cool.
I produce comedy shows. I work with a production company here and there. And I'm a motivational public speaker.
Okay. I'm learning a lot about Mr. Direct today. Okay. Very cool. Well, welcome to the podcast. Anything else you want to plug, your socials or anything?
Oh, my plugs. Okay. On Instagram, I'm Mr. Direct, MISTERDIRECT. That's Mr. Direct. Also, I'm Marklyn _speaks, MARKLYN _speaks, SPEAKS. That's both of those are on Instagram. You can also, I like to say this just because I like to say this, I'm not a big deal, but Google my name and you'll find me, Mr. Direct. I had a guy one time tell me, he was like, oh, you're a nobody. I was like, Google me, B word, Google me.
Okay. I wonder what else will come up with that Google. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to Google him right after this. But right now, let's talk about some crazy dating stories, because I get the feeling that you've got a few that you're just busting to tell me. So
we'll figure it out.
Okay, so have you used dating apps? I guess is the first question. Do you use the dating apps?
I use them, but I use them lightheartedly. What I've figured out from dating apps are people, men and women, are not sincere. They put up their best picture. They don't, it was funny. I was having a conversation with a woman last night and I said, I don't want to see a glam picture of you. I want to see an everyday picture of you. What do you look like every day? Because that's what I'm going to look at every day. If you've got 8 pictures and are all of you on a boat, you popping bottles, you getting in a luxury car, you partying, what message are you sending me? Right?
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah.
And the thing is, people have lost the art of communication.
Tell me about it.
And when I say that, because you're a comic and you're on radio the way I'm a comic and I do stand-up and I do podcasting. By the way, I also have a podcast every other Sunday called Sunday Podcast. See, I got a lot.
He's got a lot going on. Yeah.
But it's called Sunday Coffee. It's you can find that on Facebook as well. It's just Sunday Coffee Podcast.
Cool.
So long story short, we've lost the art of having a conversation and just meeting people randomly and enjoying banter. Everybody now is looking for someone. It's funny. My friend that I was talking to last night, she said, we moved away from personalization. Now they're trying to bring personalization back, but they're trying to do it using data. Instead of just personalization, they're trying to use data to figure out how to be personal.
That's kind of an oxymoron. Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Like, ooh, let me study this for the next 8 years to figure out. And it's like, just go and talk to someone. Yeah. And as a man, as a comic, a struggling comic, I'm not rich. I don't have a big 401k. And unfortunately, at my age, a lot of women are like, they're looking for that. Does the man has a safety net? And please, I'm not dogging women. It's my perspective. It's what I see. So as women, if you're listening, do not take this personal. But we remember back in the day, before the women's movement, women would rely on the man to kind of be the breadwinner. Now it's 2023. And while the opportunities are not necessarily equal, but women can go out and get $1 and get a check the same way a man can. Is it equal? No, we know it's not. But as a man, it's okay if I'm making a lot of money and the woman's not, I did an experiment on Match.com once. I didn't tell anybody what my money was. I didn't say, right?
I don't know. I don't even know why you would say that personally.
Exactly.
I want to see if there's connection with somebody in chemistry. I could care less about your bank account.
Exactly. So,
I mean, unless you're living in your car, and then maybe that's a problem. But
so what I did after that was I did the smart thing. I said, "Oh, funny, I'm not getting any hits."
oh no.
So then I changed it and said I made $75,000 a year. You'd be amazed at the women that went by me that started clicking on my profile.
Are you kidding? You put a number in there and people started that blows my mind. I think see how much it blew my mind. It really blew my mind because I don't get that. But okay, whatever.
And that's
I believe you though. I believe you, and that's sad.
But that's my point. We've become a society that people think that love is a checklist.
Yeah, I agree with that.
If you meet all my qualifications, you're so tall. You go to the gym because I go to the gym. You know, you go to church, I go to church. You banter the way I banter. And it's like, don't you remember some of the best marriages, mom and dad were the complete opposite.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you need some interest. You need
And
something interesting.
Balanced.
Yeah,
In your house, like my dad was very much more of an introvert. He didn't really talk to people unless he had to. And he wasn't, he wasn't Mr. Network or Mr. Socialer. My mom was a social person. Talked to her sisters all the time. Very nice, very polite to people, casual conversation. It was a balance. They balanced each other out. Today, people don't want balance. People want to be able to say, I live in a $500,000 home. We've got 2 BMWs in a driveway, and we're going on all these vacations. And hey, if it ends, I'll just divorce and find someone. There's got to come a point where people are finding love in their 50s and 60s. I'm like, man, I don't want to wait till I'm close to death to find love.
I don't know that 50s and 60s is close to death, but okay.
It's close. Age
but this way,
is 72.
Okay, well, I think that you're meeting a lot of people like that, but I think there's also a lot of other people out there that genuinely just want a good connection. So I think maybe somehow you're attracting those people. But I think there's others. I'm just saying, I think you're seeing one slice of it and not the entire picture, because I feel like men are looking for certain physical attributes, and that's their checklist. Maybe they don't.
No. I'm not denying that. I'm not. Okay. I think for men,
I think everyone,
men are superficial. Men are looking at pictures and being like, "Ooh, is she hot? Is she up to my standards? Would I be willing to hang out with her and bring her around family and friends and beauty?" But here's the thing: beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So really, it's the same thing for women. When women are like, "I need a man that's so tall." I know a girl. She is 5'8.5". She wears 4-inch heels sometimes. She goes, "I'll never date a man shorter than me in my tallest heel."
Wow. Well, she's limiting her dating pool, and that's her.
Oh, she's not in my dating pool. She's a friend. She ain't in my dating pool. Yeah, she would not come up on any of the apps that I try. I'm on Tinder and I'm on Coffee Meets Bagel.
Oh, okay.
I have a potential date coming up soon.
Okay.
She said she wanted to get together for a drink. That was cool. I've met some women. I'm a friend before anything. I don't care how attracted I am to you. I try to meet women on a friendship level. Like, hey, even if I'm attracted to you, I want to get to know you on a friendship level to see where we're at. That works for me, because at the end of the day, if I don't like you, it's not going to work.
And I think that's a great approach. Maybe we all need to take that approach.
I don't think a lot of women like it, because a lot of women that I've met, and again, this is me. Oh, do we have a love connection? Do I see? And I'm like, why don't we slow down and figure out if we like each other? Okay, we're attracted to each other. Why don't we hang out? Why don't we do things and find out if there's really a bond, a connection? And I think for a lot of women, because of I think a lot of women are used to being love bombed, gaslit, told what they wanted to hear. And then, they get mad when it doesn't. They're like, "Oh my God, he told me all the right things." And I'm like, yeah, he love bombed you.
That's a good term for it. But I think it's also a self-esteem thing where like women just expect men to be focused on the end goal there. And if he's not trying to kiss me or something, he must not think I'm hot. So it must be me. There must be something wrong with me. Are you
Um,
sure you don't want that? Like, I think that's part of it. And part of it is some people, and this is men and women, just want to jump into a relationship without taking the time to get to know each other.
and
And I think
that's the
that's where a lot
problem.
of failures happen. Yeah. Getting back to the crazy dating story, have you been on a date that's gone crazy? That's really what I'm trying to get some fun.
Well, what do you just?
But like you've met someone off a dating app and then like it just went off the rails.
So I met a girl on Tinder, and she comes to pick me up. Well, she comes up to my house, meets me at my house because she lives northern Jersey. We go down to down the shore, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're walking and we're talking. And I normally don't date American men. American men don't know how to treat a woman. Mind you, I'm paying for the meal. Mind you, if I get in my car, open a car door, walking her down. She's like, she goes down 3 little stairs. You're not gonna, escort me down the stairs
Oh my.
because this is your show. B word, what? And you've seen me perform, so you can only imagine.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I can see where that's crazy. I don't
Right?
think the average person would want an escort down the stairs, but yeah.
And we're walking, and she goes, that's why I like foreign men, because they escort me.
Well, then let her have her foreign men. Oh
And
my gosh.
she kept bashing me the entire time. Now, you see me laughing all the time,
Yeah.
right? You've never seen me angry. You've never seen me approach anger.
Okay.
I'm driving back if you know about the traffic in South Jersey in summer, driving north, it gets a little wanky, like around 8 o'clock ish.
Mhm.
It gets a little packed on a parkway.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I live at the shore. I know.
So I'm sitting just in this car driving back, just being like, really, you're just going to sit here and berate me and just talk about me like I'm dirt. And because I'm not doing this. And I didn't flip, but I was just like, we're good. I'm saying this mentally. And then when we got out the car, we got back to my place. She goes, "Oh, we should do this again." I was like, "No, we won't."
Ah, good for you.
She was like,
I fully applaud that. Good for you.
She was like, "You're not going to hug me goodbye?" No.
Yeah, no.
You've already given me the bad vibe. Why am I going to hug you? I'm good. I'm not. I go, telling me I was supposed to escort you. I go, first of all, I was mad. I'm like, I should have made you pay for half of the damn bill. Excuse the word damn, but I'm just saying.
No, I don't mean
I should have made you pay half of that check. Like, we're out having fun. Why are you putting the expectation of how I'm supposed to act? Let me be me, the way I want you to be you, right?
Right.
So
you're not going to lay your jacket down over a puddle for her. I'm just checking. She doesn't want to get her feet wet. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it wasn't going to happen.
Not going to happen.
Now, on the other side of it, I went on a date with a woman, met her on Match.com. We're going back 2008, 2007. Everything was cool. Everything was good. Enjoying the conversation, the banter, whatever. We went to a place where they play music and things are cool. Drinking, laughing, joking. Next thing you know, at the end of the night, she disappeared.
What do you mean disappeared? Like went to the bathroom and didn't come back, or?
Went to the bathroom, did not come back. Exactly as you said it.
Oh my gosh. Oh no.
I've never heard from her since.
How could people be that, like, how could you be that out of like, just be honest. I mean,
it was, but this is the part that kills me.
Are you sure she wasn't abducted? I mean, like,
could have been.
Wow.
I didn't listen. If you're going to disappear, if you're going to just, I didn't even bother to text her no more.
Well, I
Didn't
don't
even
blame
bother.
you. She doesn't deserve it. I mean, again, unless like I don't understand that. Some people like at the end of the date, like you did the other night, no, we won't do this again. Just be honest. Just be honest, you know.
And that's the other thing. I'm a little bit on the honest side, and I'm finding a lot of people can't deal with the honesty. But I always tell people, what's the point of playing games with you?
Yeah, no, I've actually had that too because I tend to be like I try to be kind of like look, I just don't think the chemistry's here, but thank you very much, I had a good time. And like I've had people turn, I mean guys have just turned, and like if they saw I was walking out to the parking lot this way, they literally went out the back door to go to their car so they wouldn't have to talk to me anymore. And I'm like, we had one date, it's not like we just dated for 5 years and I said goodbye, we had dinner. I mean, so yeah, you're right, some people don't like honesty, some people prefer it. It's just I don't know. It's hard to navigate because it's not easy to say either. It's not easy to be that honest with people.
It's not. I will
But
tell you this. The best date I ever had
okay.
was from online.
Oh, really? Okay.
And we ended up really good friends. We ended up not talking because she wanted to hook up with one of my friends.
Oh.
And I got jealous because I'm like, that's kind of,
That's weird. Yeah.
you don't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, unless you had an established we are friends and there's nothing between us, that's one thing. If you were
mess, but the reason why I say it was the best is because outside of that, everything else was cool. Even when we stopped dating and just were friends that were kind of seeing each other here and there.
Yeah.
It was still cool. Hey, let's go for drinks. Oh, let's go play pool. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, then I agree. No, you don't ask to go out with your friend. That's yeah.
But she was like, I think your friend's kind of cute. I think your friend's kind of cute.
Oh, that's
and I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
That's very poor.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I agree with that. Have you ever been set up on a date by people? Like, forget the dating apps.
I won't do that. Oh,
really? So it's just not, you will not be, okay.
Anytime,
no blind dates. Okay.
Anytime one of my friends has said, I got somebody for you, the girl has turned out not being my type.
I don't think friends are necessarily like the best matchmakers. I think they just have good intentions in heart and think, I'm happy. I want you to be happy. Here's a girl. You know what I mean? I mean, I get people thrown at me all the time and it's like,
it's the miserable.
No, thank you. Or, don't you know me? But yeah.
Suzanne, it's the miserable people. It's the miserable people.
Oh, okay. Well, then they want you to be just as miserable.
They want you to join in on the misery so we can all hang out together and be miserable together.
Miserable
because people that are happy will never tell. The people that tell you, I got the keys to happiness. You know what the key to happiness is? We have separate lives and we don't interfere with each other, but we're married. So when we come together, we appreciate our time, but then we separate. People that are living together and miserable in marriage want other people to be just as miserable. Why? Because misery loves company.
Okay. And there you have it. All right. Well, this has been really fun. I think we're going to end it here. Thank you so much for being on the show. Marklyn, Mr. Direct Johnson is my guest today on Swiping Left. Again, where can people reach you on your socials?
Instagram, Marklyn_speaks, Mr. Direct. Facebook, you can find me at Mr. Direct Comedy. You can also catch me on the Sunday Coffee podcast on Facebook. If you Google it, you'll find it. And
is that live? Do you do it live on Facebook?
Live.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna check
do it
that
live.
Out.
We go over pop culture things that are going on in the news. So check it out. Go on Amazon. Grab a copy, Lessons from a Shit Talker. I'm going to say it again, Lessons from a Shit Talker. It's on Amazon. Also, Facebook Conversations, the good, the funny, the ugly. Get you a copy. My third book is coming out, thinking hopefully spring, and it's called Racism, Conversations of Racism. I discovered a lot of people, just how you see how we're talking about dating.
Mm-hmm.
It's even then people don't know how to have a conversation because men and women run to their corners. But I discovered with racism, it's the same thing. People run to their corners and they don't want to have a real conversation. So I'm interviewing people from every walk of life and saying, let's have a conversation about racism. Wow, I want to know what you think about it. I want to know how you feel and get a perspective of it, because by having these conversations, people can break down walls.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I look at it.
I like it. That's very impressive. Good luck with that venture. And again, great to have you on today. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm Suzanne Linfante, and this is Swiping Left.